Yo, yo, what's up? This is Momma D with another Momma D report. I'm here at Horizons with Doc Funk. Tonight you did a show,
right?
And you were the bomb. You could tell that you love playing the drums.
Oh yeah, that's my heart, that's my passion. Something I've been doing all my life ever since I was 4 years old. I keep on kicking.
What would you say gave you that inspiration to play the drums?
Well, I think it has something to do with my family. All my people in my family are musical inclined. My dad plays bass, guitar, and keyboard. I got two cousins plays drum, and then I got some cousin plays drums, other drums, trumpets, saxophones. Sing.
Wow. So like you could put like your whole family together and have like a music.
Yeah, everybody's go like a musician.
That's pretty awesome.
And the name Doc, where I got it from, is from my dad. My dad's name Doc. His real name is Doris Senior James Senior. My real name is Doris Senior James Junior, but I name it Doc Funk for short because it's easy for people to remember my name. It's a catch. It sticks in your head. He's a musician. You know his name.
That makes sense. You got the funk in there too.
Yeah, funk. We want funk.
Played with some big time musicians. I know you played with somebody from Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah,
before.
I traveled with a keyboard player named Reginald Hussey, which is a producer that I met in Germany. When I was in Germany, I was stationed there in the Army, and then I got out, and then I decided to live in Europe for 2 years, and I played in this German band. So we was putting this German band together called Chess. We had a keyboard player, which is Reginald Hudson. He traveled with Earth, Wind and Fire, and then this guy named Steve Hyde plays bass. Johnny Ballmuller, he was a German. But Steve was British, bass player, and the lead singer was a German singer. Her name was Sylvia. So we named the band called Chess, and we played all over Europe. And then we did studio recording and stuff like that.
Who, if you could, living or dead, who would you like to perform with? If you had the opportunity to perform with anybody, living or dead, who would you love to perform with?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, my favorite group would be Earth, Wind and Fire, really. That's what I love to perform with, yeah. Or even perform with maybe Prince. That's another one I like. And also Lionel Richie. Yeah.
By himself or like Commodore times?
Like Commodore times.
Commodore times.
Yeah, I like him, yeah. And then also with Cameo. I would love to play drum for Cameo if I had a shot at it.
Word up!
That's right. W-O-R-D. That's right. That's me.
Okay, what is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Well, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, there are times I just read my Bible, because I go to church every Sunday. I'm a biblical type person. And matter of fact, I'm in the process of writing a spiritual book. I'm not done with it, but I'm still working. And then there are times when I'm up in the morning, after I do that, give thanks to the Lord, I'm living, still alive. I care about people. I pray from time to time. And the other things I do, I just try to decide what I'm going to do in the morning after I did that. Try to get my priorities together, take a nice shower, clean up, look at what I need to do. So I'm just going to do it. Whether I have to do either go grocery shopping, pay some bills, or whatever. Just maintain myself. I'm a busy guy. I'm never bored with myself.
Well, that's good, though.
There are times I'm at home, but most of the time I'm not at home. There was a time I was at Pavilion playing drums, and people was putting money in the hat and say they like the way I play drums, but I think it's just a gift from God. People can enjoy music and inspire and uplift their spirit and stuff. That's why I love music so much. It's a passion. You don't have to really explain to the person that you're a musician because you play good. You just have to express it. They can see all the energy come out of you. They can tell you you're good at what you do. You love what you do. If people have more compassion with each other when it comes to music, as much as you're passionate with music, they will have no problem in the world.
Yeah.
They have more
I believe that too, yeah.
If you have a lot of compassion in music, for what you love to do, whether you love to play guitar, keyboard, or even dancing with music. Because music plays in many roles, even in movies. If you have passion for anything that relates to music, how great the world will be. They do it a lot. People just don't see how passionate music is. Music to me is eternal. It's a spiritual thing. God created it. Man didn't create that. That's the reason why music will never die. It's eternal. Michael Jackson passed away, they play Michael Jackson music. Elvis died, they playing Elvis music. So every big star that was here on earth and passed away, they're still playing their music. They keep their music alive. That means they're still there.
Have you heard his new stuff?
Who?
Michael Jackson?
No, not really. He's got some new stuff on?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well,
They took unreleased tracks and they made like new songs or whatever.
He's probably had a lot of stuff that he done that he didn't produce. He just picked what he wanted and put it out there.
Yeah, because he was very picky about what he wanted to.
But one thing about music, people do more stuff in music. It's just when you go in the studio, you gotta play what's tasty, just like a chef. He's a culinary. You know, if he's gonna fit something and he's gonna make it work, he's gotta have the right recipe, the right ingredients, so it can work. And then when you put it out there, if it tastes good, then you know what it's doing. You gotta be picky about what you do. Particularly, that's the way musicians are. Pay close attention to details. That's what drummers are. To be a good drummer, you have to do that. If you don't, then it'd be a bad habit that you don't.
So, Doc, inquiring minds want to know, are you single?
Yes, singing free. I don't have no girlfriend, not for me. Not yet.
So you hear that, ladies? He's available. Now, I already kind of heard, but what would you say you listen to when you're jamming in your car, when you're just chilling at home? What do you really like to just put on?
Oh man, I like to put on all kind of like Earth, Wind and Fire, some BT Express, some Brick, some Funkadelic, sometimes some Spinners. Sometimes listen to radio music, see what's new out there, you know. And I like my old school stuff because it keeps me more rooted to where I came from. And I like to listen a lot of funk because funk is just an expression where you have to feel that. You have to grow with it, you have to marinate. And you have to start young in that stuff.
With funk, I think funk you can kind of just feel, you know, you just kind of want to, but you know, when you feel funk.
The thing is, once you understand funk, once it absorbs in you, it's easy for you to understand it. But it comes from the heart. It comes from being around the family.
That's what I said. It's a feeling. Yeah.
It's a feeling. It comes from being around the family that listens to stuff like that. I've been listening to that stuff when I was young, see. And
so, what's your favorite song?
Many. Well, I like Funkadelic. I like the Commodores. As I said, Earth, Wind and Fire again, and GQ. That's another good group. You know, Switch. You know, there's a lot of guys out there. You know, and now on I just like the funk, but I also like the R&B stuff, the Motown sound, the Delphonics, the Shy-Lights, the Tim Prees.
See, now you're talking about my cameraman because that's where he's from. He's from Detroit.
Yeah. Well, in Detroit, Hit USA, that's where all that music developed at, you know. And so the band used to call the Funk Band. And they were the backbone of all the Motown sound. And they played funk. And I understood it. And that's my type of language. For what they do, I can do. I'm good at it, you know.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Britney Spears or Justin Bieber?
As in, what question is that?
Better performer, which do you think is?
Well, I like Justin Bieber's because I think Bieber's was put on the wings with Usher. Usher's the one that helped Bieber get where he's at. Now, Bieber can play drums, but he's more of a singer and funk besides a musician. And Bieber's not bad. Britney, she's got a different caliber of taste of music on a different side. You know?
Now, do you know a good joke?
Yeah, I know a good joke.
Could you tell us one?
But what
It
did,
don't have to be clean if you don't want.
What did big chimney say to the little chimney?
What?
Son, you too young to smoke. That's a really good joke. Or here's one that's really common. Why did the person throw the clock out the window?
So they can see time fly.
But if the time didn't fly, they wouldn't be able to see the clock.
It's the time we're trying to fly when they were doing the bird.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cuss word? If you have one.
well, I really don't have a favorite cuss word, but if I wanted to say something, I would probably say F-U-C-K sometimes. But I usually don't say that. So I try to have more of a clean,
You say like, oh, bologna and cheese or something like that?
or
Or
I'll say that's mucked up, or that's crazy, or what's the hell, you know? But I try not to use too much profanity. That's not the way of communicating. I try to communicate where it will be more clean talking than using foul language. I mean, anybody can use that, but if I make the habit of not speaking too much profanity, it lets me control what to say and not to say. Sometimes you can say things out of anger and don't really need to say that. It's just because you're just expressing yourself.
I think it's got to be also with the way you're raised too, right? Because you're from down south, right?
Yeah.
Southern mamas don't put up with that.
No. Wash your mouth out with soap, boy. That ain't no joke. You say something bad, you're gonna suffer for it.
Right? Okay, Cameo or George Clinton?
I like George Clinton.
George Clinton.
Yeah, that's the funk.
That's the fun.
We want the funk. Gotta have
That's
that funk. Yeah, George Clinton. That's my boy right there. He's a genius.
Describe your first love with the funk.
You mean when I first fell in love with it?
The funk. Yeah.
Well, I think I first fell in love with when I was a young boy. My cousins, dad, his friends, they used to play funk music, stuff that I've never heard before. Like the people that I've said, you know, like maybe Funkadelic, Boosie, Earth, Wind and Fire, stuff like that. That's where I fell in love with funk. Just listen to my parents, stuff they listen to, and then, you know, like I say, they listen to Motown, and even Supreme having some funk in it too, you know.
That is true.
Yep. And I think the Motown had a connection of the generation that my father lived in, that I grew in also as well, you know, because he grew up in all that stuff, and therefore he carried on.